Should be an interesting open here, folks. I've never seen the market stay in such a tight range. Well, I have too, but I think you could have made $17 million trading ranges today, overnight. I'm wanting pre-market high and go short personally. Maybe London high too. It's right there. But I'm going to try to eliminate my bias that I have and just read price action. So let's go to a regular trading hour only chart. We just took pre-market high. We opened here and went straight up. I'm getting rid of all of this garbage. We have a breaker marked out there that we just now went above. I hoped it had some validity to it, but it didn't. So this swept the pre-market high. We've opened with a significant gap to the upside. That's got to go away. We're above the 50% mark of last week. We opened above this regular trading hour high. We do have an end log down here, new week opening gap. We made it to the halfway point overnight. At this point, I would like to see it fill this and then reverse, but it doesn't have to. It can reverse right here where we are. I'd be happy. But I do want to see it go down. I'm already almost out of margin. I'm only got one more trade I can take. But I'll probably change that and give myself another shot or two if I keep losing every short I try to take. It only takes one. It only takes one. I think I took 6 shorts overnight, all total. Lost every one of them. Some of them were onesies, some of them were twosies. I think this is going to be our target. News of government shutdown was the reason they were saying this could possibly go the other direction. They were saying last night, kept on getting these little blurps saying, yep, we're going up because of a possible end. There's talks of a possible end to the government shutdown. This is a 15-minute fair value gap that we never could get through last night. That's our 15-minute chart perspective. This up move started at noon on Friday and has not had any significant pullback yet. We go all the way back to Friday at 12. We took out the weekly low. I think it may have been a monthly low too at 804. Let's look at the monthly. No, it wasn't a monthly low. It was just a weekly low at 804. And then we did the little dance almost to 700. And then we've been going up ever since, really with no significant pullback whatsoever. Let's look at the weekly chart there. And this is the low we took out right here. We had a 4-hour regular trading hour just below it, and then we have this. Equal lows on the 4-hour, daily and weekly low right there. And then we have a daily, weekly, monthly down here. So if we ever start offering lower, I think that's where we'll offer to. We made it to 600. This is 700. That's 100 points. Maybe I should try a long. Maybe I should let the first 30 minutes play out and see what happens next. I think I've already done enough guesstimating that we're going lower and trying to catch a short and lost 6 trades already. I think I'm going to wait and just be very demanding that the price do what I want it to do and my entry is exactly where I want it. I mean, you could get in on this, but we could take out pre-market low and then go there. There's a lot of places price could go in this first 30 minutes and still go here. So getting in here, expecting it to go there, straight there, and not dipping 25 points could be a bad situation. That's a 33-point candle. And that's a 44-point candle. So we opened with a gap up and made no attempt to fill it at all. We also have this area that did not get traded in. It was a gap up and we opened well above it. So we got a big area here with no price action in New York session. There we go. That trend line being the same color as the other lines kind of messes me up. So that would be our opening gap there. Purple line's opening gap. I don't think this regular trading hour 4-hour high is going to be something that's going to reverse that, so I'm getting rid of it. We may never go down again. I may just have to take this loss. The 75% pullback from last week is all the way up here at 880. My hypo was that we'd pull back 50% and continue our march downward, but that's not working out at all yet. So far, I like the price move, but I think there'll be some opportunities. For patient, there'll be some opportunities. I don't think we've created a fair value gap to even mark out the first prez yet. Unless you use the first candle as a fair value gap, but you're not supposed to do that. None of these have created a fair value gap. This one's trying. I think I'm going to be real patient with this. Let that first 30 minutes play out. Just mark out my lines. Pre-market high isn't really a factor anymore, so we could mark it out as the opening range high now. I will leave pre-market low down there. And just keep walking that up as we go. There are rules when you can use this as your first fair value gap, but I don't know what they are. But I did hear a video where ICT mentioned that there are certain situations where you can use that candle as your first fair value gap. It's not really necessary to do this, but I like for these lines to line up. I don't know why I do. It just kind of signifies where we opened. And that being the opening candle. Did we get a fair value gap yet? No. Yes, right here. So that would be our first prez. If the open is not acting as the first prez. I'm going to make it gray and I'm going to label it as the first prez. You could take a trade off it either direction. At this point, I think taking a long off of it would be a real good idea. But I'm going to be a good boy. No more speculation. I'm not going to take a trade before the first 30 minutes is gone, because I think this is where we're headed. I mean, that would be 60 points if it does go there. I'm more interested in seeing what we do when we get there. Quite the violent pullback. About a 50-point move. Possible breaker. Validation. Mid candle of this 15-minute should be the bounce point for more upside. So that would be 82.50. 82.50. And I bet that lines real well with these. It's 86. I think we took that one. That may have been all we wanted. Opening range line in the sand right there. Yeah, that aligns real nice with pull back that half candle for 15-minute. So could be the line in the sand, could be liquidity we're leaving for later. I'm not going to take a trade on it. Just noting features. That's about half the range. First press. I think we might target that. I'm just going to mark it at half the opening range. With a yellow. There we go. I think it's actually a little bit lower, maybe around 80. Once again, push down, left liquidity. Didn't even want half this candle. We got real close to the halfway point, but we didn't want it. That was a good pullback to buy. Would have been a perfect 100-point run from here to there. I think that's where we're headed. If I could get along off of this guy, I would take it. Even the top of it. 28. 28.25. Well, we got filled. Now we're going to go to half, or we're going to stay above. My aim point is right there. 90. We'll do 700. We'll probably go back to the CE of the opening range just because I got into a long. We should be bouncing off of this right straight back up. I'm not going to put that much risk on. $50. I'll even do less than that. If it dips below 20. I want out. The breaker for this is right here. That's at 17, 18, 50. So yeah, that should hold if it's going to hold. Volume imbalance there, we just worked into it. Still respecting the first presentation fair value gap for now. But I've had such bad luck. I've taken only shorts. This is the first long. And it'll be number 7 on the loser train. 100% failure rate. I think I may have gotten $20 off of one trade. I think I got stopped at break even off of one trade. But I really think this one's going to work out. Can't lose them all, right? I'm here to tell you, you can. I think my record was 26 losses in a row. But that was before I knew anything about trading. So hopefully I won't do 26 losses in a row again. Back to opening range high. Pulled back violently. Almost violently. Take the wall. Let's go to 700, guys. I don't want to see a 3-hour consolidation again like pre-market. I think we can fill this whole gap. So I'm going to put it to the top of the gap. That's the breaker on this pullback. This is the fair value gap after the breaker with the volume imbalance. We've respected it. We've even left that low. So I like the odds here. I'm not going to go to break even just yet. Not till we get to about 700. Maybe I should be in see money, take money mode but I like my entry. Trying to not let my bias of sell off throughout the month of November affect my price action reading, because this is definitely showing bullish. But if we get an opportunity to take a short up here after we take this high, oh, will I ever be getting into that one and holding it for the rest of the freaking day. I would not be interested in a short before we take it, however. Oh, I guess I'm not going to let that affect me. I'm not going to let my bias affect me. If we got in a short before we took that, I would take it. But if we got a good short signal, but I surely don't want to. The only significant level we've taken since the open is the pre-market high, and we took it right away. We're well past the London high. My stop is below the breaker by just a few points. Below the top of the breaker by just a few points, and I think it should be safe there. But if not, it's only $25 on the risk. What I could try to do is add one more at first pres, and that would put $50 on the risk. So we're at my entry, I could put in one more without only risking $50 if it does decide to dip back down there. I think that's the proper place. 28.75. My entry is at 28.50. I'll move it to 28.75. That would double my money if we fill the gap, but I don't know if I'll get filled. Certainly not buying one up here. If we can run these two wicks, that would fill me. We would just need to make sure we stay above that breaker right there. Don't look like it's going to give an opportunity for that, but that's okay. I'll take this, and then I'll try to catch one on the way down. So we've definitely left a crap ton of liquidity down here. 2 days worth. And gaps galore. I'm going to put it on a higher time frame just for a minute, and we can see this gap from Friday. We left a little portion of it open. There's no trading occurred right there at all. The new week opening gap, today's opening gap, this opening gap from a few days ago, we left a little bit of it unfilled. And this one, gaps galore. And so we took the high of the day. This is weird. Why isn't there a candle there? We're missing some 5-minute candles here, guys. You notice that? We got a little bit of time block here that's just absent. I love Top Step, and there's a whole candle missing there too. It's not missing over here, just over here, just on the NQ. I love Top Step, and I know their platform, creating your own platform, you're going to have growing pains, and that's one of them. But that's kind of funny that we were missing an entire candle. Why? Why are we missing that candle? We're not missing it on the 1 minute. Just on the 5 and the 15. I thought we were going to get a fair value gap out of this, but we didn't. We came back and filled that sucker in again. Man, the pre-market was just absolutely brutal. I'm going to put on a 5-minute chart again, and maybe we can see the candles. But the pre-market is going to be right around here, around this 50% retrace of last week. Look at that. The entire freaking pre-market in a tiny little range here. What are these doing up here? Man, this is weird charting here. About to get filled on my second one. Looking like, yeah, we just got filled. Now do I get smoked? Or do we respect the breaker? In the first press. I wish I could see where the bottom of that candle is, but it's gone. Maybe I can see it over here. Let's try it over here. Nope, it's gone too. Son of a gun. Oh well, you know, you do with what you got. You thought I was joking about if we get in somewhere around here expecting it to go up there. It could go up and down 100 points before it ever goes there. And our best bet is to wait for it to go up to there. Well, that's still our best bet. I think I'm going to take this off. I don't like this price action. I'm going to go to break even on it. There it went. All right. So we had some money. We lost it. Unrealized P&L. Crazy charts. Missing candles. More range play. Sorry for the sneeze, guys. It's allergy season, but I seem to keep allergies year round nowadays. So, yeah, so we dipped below, but respected that breaker. I get stopped at break even. I'm still thinking filling this gap is what we're going to do. On the 1 minute chart, we could see all of those sticks. I just didn't know for sure how far we were going to reach. We do still have this relative equal lows there on the 1 minute. We took that. I think playing off of the first press to the upside is probably a viable trade, but I've already spent too much of my capital trying to catch the shorts overnight, so I'm just going to wait. Looky there. See, I would have got stopped out if I would have just held. So, breaker to the downside. Do we have it? Do I trust it without taking that 4-hour high? We do have it. It's right here. That's our high. Oh, no, no, no. Look at that. There's another one right there. We just created a very small fair value gap right here to the downside. All the range play we had, every push down being thwarted. I don't trust it at all. If this was a bing and then a reversal, clean, without all this chop, I would probably trust it. But right now, I do not. No, not even a little bit. I would need to see some sort of decisive move the other direction. Yep. That's my plan. Wait. Is this the open? No, this is missing candles on the 1 minute chart too. So we don't know what price action did right here. Or here. It could be sweeping a low that we don't see. This low here is good. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. That's funny. range. If you're a range trader, I think you can make $1 million freaking dollars. I don't know that I would buy or sell at the top of the range the way we've been bullish all night, but buying at the bottom of the range might not be a bad idea. Grab 20 points at a time. So this little fair value gap that was created in this pile of crap is no longer valid. We'll get rid of it. First pres, not completely respected, but mostly. Do I have it marked out properly? Is there a volume imbalance that we could include? No. That's marked mostly right. I mean, that's the very bottom of it. Top of it's right there. It's small. But moving it even that much may have made it where these candle bodies stayed above, but no, they didn't. This one did. That one didn't. So yeah, you could take a play off of it, I suppose. But now we have this wick, and whatever happened here to contend with is a possible sweep of lower liquidity. I think this one actually swept these. This one tried and failed to get that one. Yeah, I think the best bet right now is to wait. If it gets up into here, look for a short. Look for a short signal. Don't take a short, just look for a short signal. That is a tiny little upside fair value gap if you wanted to go long for, try to reach for that gap fill. If the first pres is our point of contention, I would be willing to take another long right there at 28.50. I would buy one right there. If we ripped lower all of a sudden, I would buy one right there. But only one. Even right there would be okay. 39. Still give you 10 points wiggle room. I think I'll try that. 39. I don't think it's going there, but if it does, I'll take it. It would just be the taking that wick out right there, and the low of that wick is 38. So we need to be a little lower. 37.75. Or let's just do 38 even. It is a fair value gap after the first press, but we could go all the way to the first press. That'll give us 10 points wiggle room to the first presentation, and an additional 15 points on the other side of it to get stopped out again. It got close. May not be done yet. All right, we got filled. Not putting $100 on this. Only 50. And that's 47.50. That'll get us to 14. I think if we dip below this, that's 19. There's $40. We'll just be sticking in that range if we dip below that, so no sense in risking more than you have to. I like this one for a gap. Filling this box. Maybe by lunchtime we'll fill that box. 720. I had that breaker marked out. It was here, but it's gone now. That's funny. BS isn't in any particular spot. It really hadn't done much at all since he opened. It's at 31. It's really sitting right at its settlement. I don't know why I have that line on there, but I'll move it over here. So ES, if these candles are even correct, oh no, that's the break. So ES settlement was down here. That's where the candles disappeared right there. So it also opened with a significant gap up, and it's just kind of in that holding pattern as well. It does have this draw at 50. That's the psych level for ES. Yeah, I like this trade. I wonder if Top Step loses business every time it has some issues like this. You know, we couldn't start trading Asia right away last night. My first trade would have been a nice winner if we could. Overall, I think I probably would have ended up losing because I was so short-minded. But I just wonder. We've had a whole lot of issues with charting. AWS was not their problem. That was a nationwide problem with the AWS. But we definitely had a lot of problems outside of that, with candles disappearing and charts freezing. And I mean, what is even this? What is even that? You can't even see any of the price action up there whatsoever. And that, you know, this is TradingView's platform. They've given them a watered down version of it, but they built this for them. So this is really a TradingView issue, I would imagine. Whatever feed they're giving them. Looks just exactly like the pre-market looked, where we just don't have any intention of going anywhere. I don't know if y'all watch pre-market action, but look at it. This is where we started the pre-market. We did all this. It looked like we were going higher, and then we came back down. Looked like we were going higher, came back down. Looked like we were going higher, came back down. And finally we opened and went up. But that is the entire pre-market session, 2.5 hours of this garbage. And it looks like we're going to do the same thing in the NY session. So I'm thinking I'm going to range play this son of a gun. Every time it gets up here, I'm going to sell it. Every time it gets back down here, I'm going to buy it. But it's probably going to fall out of bed and stop me out for another $50 freaking loss. I mean, I could have just put it there. I like that. If we go up from here, I like it. And that wasn't necessary. I have no confidence in this price action. I mean, I was up. I was doing good. That's second time in a row. And then we do this again? Yeah, it's going to stop me. I have no doubt. Maybe I can get it. A bounce back up to this high or something and get the heck out of here again before I lose more money. I mean, it's only going to like 32 and then pushing down again. There we go, 33. Can we get a little closer to my entry? Can we go back to 50? No. Oh my gosh, that got within a tick. Look at that. It's gonna get me. Surely it's gonna get me. Still respecting the first presentation fair value gap with those candle bodies. Oh, holy crap nuggets. This is awful. This is Chinese torture. We're below the first presentation fair value gap with candle bodies. I need to quit looking at my phone so I can get out of this position without too much damage. I'm just taking it off. I don't care what happens next. I'm not going to lose 50 bucks, and this is trash. So what do we do now? Do we go short? We've tried to push up here several times. I just say sit on my hands. I am not doing a thing else with this market, guys. I'll leave the stream running if you want, but I am not participating in this garbage. I tried here. No, we put up a nice reversal signal up in this trash. I actually live streamed it during London. Nice reversal signal, touched it twice. Couldn't take the freaking lows for nothing. We got these lows down here. I mean, this is a short opportunity, 100%. But it just won't go down. It won't go down. So, I mean, what do? I've been trying shorts all night and getting smoked. I try one long, goes my way for a minute, get smoked. I don't know what else to do. But this is invalidating that breaker that used to be there. That's not there anymore. So maybe we take the first pres and we go short, or we buy at the bottom of the range. I don't know what to do with it. I'm gonna give it 15 minutes or so just to figure out what it wants to do, and then maybe I can step in line with it. I don't know why this frustrates me so much. I think it's because I want to get in a trade and I want to get the money back that I lost overnight. I want to see it take that high, and it won't. If it won't do that, I want to see it fall out of bed, and it won't. But it frustrates the hell out of me. Yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It's just the market doing the market's thing. But it makes me mad. Like it's personal. If you don't have the product the customer wants, your only option is to tell the customer they don't need that product. I remember doing those, and they aren't. I mean, you can special order the item, but it will oftentimes be very expensive. I think digging deeper just saying without even breaking anything else. Oh my gosh, no! No! I stepped outside for a minute, guys. Okay, so what do we have here? An attempt to push higher. I did not want to take a long because we had not taken a 4-hour low that was just beneath the market. So now we have highest point, breaker, no fair value gap until we get to here. We violate that thing. This is our point of entry, or are we falling out of bed here? 50% of opening range, perhaps. Where do we get in? Where do we get in on this short? Pre-market low. I mean, could I have caught that? I don't know. First press, we went off of it. Fell out of bed. I think the only possible place to enter here would be somewhere around round number. We do have two fair value gaps to the downside. We could possibly enter right there at that one. Where's our liquidity we were looking at before? All the way down here. I'm going to try it there. Over here though, I'm just going to do a market sell one. And I'll probably get smoked again. But I like the aggressiveness of that move. I like the fact that we wicked into this guy and then pushed lower. And I've been short all freaking night. I've been wanting to go short. And then here we go. We got plenty of room if it will continue down. I can't leave that much risk on. I can only put $50 on. Oh, you son of a... Ooh, you don't you even go there without taking these lows. Don't you even do it. It's going. Son of a gun. Yeah. I'm going to have to try for a better entry. I think. Maybe not. Maybe we'll keep falling out of bed. I mean, I'm not a bad entry. 47 is not a bad entry if we're going to dance around 50. I just don't want to see it go back to 77. Volume imbalance right there. This is a 15-minute chart. Fair value gap on the 15-minute chart is here. 50% retrace of the week. I thought that's where we would stop, to be honest. I thought we would stop there and we'd fall out of bed. And when we did all this, I was in shorts at each time. That didn't happen, didn't materialize. I'm killing this trade. I think we're going to pull back to at least here. So I'm gonna try to get in up there instead. And that's at 86. And if I miss it, I miss it. I'll find another place to get in. But this is gonna rip me a new one. I just feel it. I'm buying at the lows right there, and so I just, anytime we have a line of demarcation down there, and we may take this pre-market low and go back up, but if we're gonna take that, I would like to see it pull back to here before it takes it. So that's actually 85.50. Right above that fair value gap line would be ideal. But we may not get there. I may miss out. I may just have another day where I just suck. That's the way it goes sometimes. Is this a pullback we should buy? And aim for that gap? I think if we can take this pre-market low and put up a reversal pattern, it possibly is. We opened with a gap up, made no attempt to fill it. I think we got our candles back. No, they're still missing. They're still missing. I mean, did this really give us an opportunity to enter? No, it didn't. I'm going to take that off because I can see it poking something here and ripping straight back up. $15-minute fair value gap, perhaps. Pre-market low would align with that really nicely. This is actually New York session low because the New York session begins in the pre-market. It did continue on down, but I mean, we did have an opportunity to enter right there. That's the only place. And I don't know why that line is there. But that's a whole lot of movement there. It's 50 points. Just didn't feel right. All right, let's see what happens when we take that low. Are we going to reverse or are we going to continue down? Working into this 15-minute fair value gap right now. I may not take another trade. I may just tape read. Painted it with a wick. I would love to see it go all the way back up from here and take out that gap. I'm looking at the wrong one. And go take out that gap now. And then fill this son of a gun. That would be really nice. But I don't think that's going to happen. This pre-market low, and this is actually opening range low right here. So we've taken pre-market low and opening range low. If we're going to be in a range day, we should go back up from here. Current breaker to the upside would be right there. All day my hypo's short and I missed the short. I get in it and I don't want to hold it. All night, all freaking night my hypo was short. Should we just risk it to biscuit and get in here at round number? Hope we fall out of bed? Yeah, we probably should. How about 32? Sell one at 32, or wherever the high of that 15-minute candle is right now. Right there. Let's sell one at 26 and see what happens. We're at pre-market. That's 14. I think we're going to consolidate here for a minute. I like this one. That's 25. We'll try to get in there. But I'm like 90% sure I'm going to get smoked before I even take the trade. I just feel like I'm about to get my butt handed to me again. I think this is a steal money kind of day. I'm just going to wait. I want to take a trade because I'm on a live stream, but something about this, even though this meets my hypo, and I wanted it to fall out of bed today, but everything else we've done does not meet my hypo. And so it's really making me feel uncomfortable. And that, maybe that's just something I should listen to and not try to force trades in that situation. It cost me $400 on Friday, and it cost me $400 today because I get in the trade and I don't want to hold it. It just doesn't seem right. Do we have anything that says, oh, this is an algorithmic price movement? Or is it just straight manual manipulation? So that's the breaker that disappeared. This touched it to the tick to the downside. We pushed away from first press, little fair value gap, another one, another one, another one, another one, and now we can't get back up to into it. Now we want nothing but downside. So that would have been decent. Here's where I was wanting to enter. Didn't make it back to it. Wouldn't have got filled. So we're looking to run these lows. I'm going to try to get in at this 50% mark. I should probably try a round number, but I'm going to try to get in right there. I'm just going to do it because we're above that fair value gap now. Maybe round number would be better. Round number, sell one. That would be inverting this and give me a little bit of wiggle room, but it's still going to put my stop right up here where I had planned to enter before. Volume imbalance right there at 90. I'm going to put it at 25, 25.50, right there. Put your order where your stop was going to be. I think somebody on Top Step said that one time. It usually works out more times than not. I just feel like I'm going to just miss all of it. I've missed everything so far. Missed all the up move. Now I'm going to miss all the down move. Some days it's just brutal. So if we get filled there, the possibility is these relative equal lows, that's 25% of the gap, and we could possibly fill the whole gap. It is going back up there, but it could also go all the way to here. But I got to get in somewhere if I'm going to catch something, so I'm going to try it right there, and I think that's the best entry. But I would not be at all surprised if I get stopped out on this thing again. come all the way up here to 50 and then reverse, stop me out and then reverse. Continuation trades are hard to get into and stay into with a 25-point stop loss. We took that wick, didn't want this one yet. Almost there. Prepare to get your butt handed to you, Potter. All right, there it goes. Now, how much higher is it going? Is it going all the way back to the gap? Or are we actually going to catch a trade? To these relative equal lows down here. That's what I would like to see happen. I would like to see gap fill. I'd like to see settlement, to be honest with you. NWOG, something. Something besides let's go higher for the rest of the freaking night. This is the new week opening gap here. Settlement there. I would love it if it went down there. I'm so inconfident, I'm taking my risk off. God bless America. It got stopped out. It's going to the moon, guys. It's going to go to the moon. So let's look. We have a new bullish breaker. Can we get a validation of this bullish breaker? I would take that sucker. Maybe. I just want that gap to fill up there before we push down. That's all. We've taken the pre-market low and also New York low. Why wouldn't we offer higher? Why wouldn't we go after that RTH? Fair value gap to the upside. Trying to validate the breaker. Watch it zoom up with no opportunity to enter. If it zooms up at all. I might finally be on the right side of the market here. This could be we leave these. We've been leaving lows the whole time. And we go there and maybe we sell off at the end of the day. I don't know. You saw what happened on Friday when those gaps are down there. Eventually they're going to fill. Or not, they don't always have to fill, but that will definitely be a target for later on. Can we get a fair value gap to the upside above a bullish breaker? Let me align with the overnight movement. There's 29. We're going to leave it open. Oh, potential. It's got potential. Uh-oh. I think we just... Oh, there's a little gap. There's a little gap. It's tiny. And the candle hadn't finished. Painted that wall. It's at 27. We need to see this candle finish. It's not going to stay open. There's no way it's staying open. In this high resistance environment. Oh. One more second. That guy stayed open and immediately got violated. Oh, back to the breaker. Oh my gosh, goodness gracious. Yeah, this is If you went to a 15-second chart, I bet you this fair value gap is the one it's playing off of, and this is the breaker here. Let's see. I'm trying it. I am actually going to try it. Nope, not one of those. No. I need to go in there and set my parameters to where that's 100 points. I can't risk 100 points. How many points? That's only $30. Come on, do me one time. Do it. Give me a good trade that's actually going to go my way. One time. Nope, not leaving town. This one's looking like a loser. Let's go back to a 1 minute over here so it doesn't look so scary. These 15-minute lows right here are not anything to do with New York session. There's London low right there. So the New York algorithm does not refer back to those. It only refers to the highs and lows of the New York session. So that's the low of the New York session, and we just took it out. Doesn't mean I'm going to win this trade. Doesn't mean anything. But it is a significant level that has been taken out, and we kind of have a 15-second breaker that's holding up a little bit, but still zero confidence. And I'm in line with the market now, but zero confidence this trade works out. Too choppy. There it went. It got me another 32 bucks. I don't know what to tell you guys. I have no freaking clue what this market is doing, what it's planning on doing. It won't take highs, it won't take lows. It's just insane. It goes to the low, it hangs out a while, it won't fill gaps. I don't know. I can't tell you. It won't give you the opportunity to enter on a short. It's just, I don't know. It's got me today, and I'm closing it out. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to participate in price action that is not normal movement. Even if this one did reverse, it's not a clean reversal. I mean, we could make a higher low, possibly. The 1 minute breaker has never validated. It's right here. I mean, you could wait for a validation to the upside for it and possibly catch a long up into this area. I mean, at this point, that's really the only viable option, but I'm down over $400. Right on my direction every single time and still down $400. So I don't know what, I can't trade it. Not with my size, not with my stop loss. I can't do it. So I'm giving up. I cry uncle. Y'all have a wonderful day.